What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video, and today we are doing another career sim. This time it is Chase Young, a player a lot of people are super excited about. As a Giants fan, not so much, because I have to deal with Chase Young ravaging whatever New York Giants quarterback and offensive line are going to be in place over the next decade or so. Chase Young was unbelievable at Ohio State, and he's had a pretty good start to his career as a rookie. This is a little bit behind real life. So in, 12 weeks, 4.5 sacks, 25 tackles. But pressures are really more important than sacks because, yeah, sacks win you games. But pressures disrupt the QB. It gives opportunities for other defensive linemen on the team to get in there. So, yeah, sacks are a really fun number, but pressures is really what I look at as the biggest thing of how well a defensive lineman's doing on a week-to-week basis. And Chase Young has done very, very well. Now, it is hidden development, but I know, because I know Madden so far, that it is Superstar X Factor. The only player in the class with Superstar X Factor development, and the only guy ever to have that, because no one had it last year. So, I can't really think of a player more deserving, honestly. He's got a freak build, 6'5", 264, only 21 years old, and his attributes are already really good. 85 speed, 86 strength. He's got 91 acceleration, 82 finesse moves, 80 block shed, 84 tackle, 87 pursuit. Chase Young is on a Hall of Fame track already. I know that seems crazy to say, but he's got all the tools, all the traits, all the ability. It's just actually time to see whether he can make that happen over the course of his career. That's exactly what we're doing today. Career sim for Chase Young. This is my first defensive player. We're back to doing a rookie. Did Patrick Mahomes. I did my first non-QB in Justin Jefferson, so check that out on the channel. But we're finally doing a defensive player. Chase Young, he should be a monster. It's going to be really fun to see how his career progresses and what he does on the team. If you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Even if you're not new, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 250K before the end of 2020. That would be wild. So if you're not subscribed, it would support me a ton. You can always unsubscribe later. It's completely free. But yeah, we're going to be following the career of Chase Young. It's not so much about Washington football team, who picked him at number 2 overall in this past year's draft. It's not about rebuilding them. I've done that on the channel. I'll be doing it again. So again, subscribe for that if you don't want to miss out on that. But it's just seeing how well Chase Young can do individually. We're simulating to the playoffs. We're seeing what his numbers are going to be like. I really, really doubt he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, but I guess you never know. Did not make the playoffs, shockingly. Finished 6-10, as the Giants in real life have 5 wins, and they finished 4-12. But if you check out stats here, Chase Young had, let's see here. I guess we can sort by sacks. Probably should be somewhere in there. Finishes with 4.5 sacks. That's brutal. 5 tackles for loss, 41 tackles, no picks. Did he have any forced fumbles? 2. Didn't recover any. Or yearly awards. Defensive Player of the Year, I can assure you he will not be in the conversation. No Washington football team in there. But for Defensive Rookie of the Year, it does go to a football team player. Cameron Curl wins it. What? Chase Young finishes at number 6. Cameron Curl wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay. So, I'm simulating to the next season. I don't know what just happened, but we're going to simulate and catch up with you guys for the start of 2021. I want to look at Chase Young's contract. I want to see where we are, what we're dealing with. It's obviously going to be a 4-year deal, but with a 5th-year option. So he is almost certainly going to play on Washington football team through 2024. Just want to show you guys this so we're all on the same page here as we check out right end. 3 years remaining, but it's really 4 with the 5th-year option. So let's go ahead and check out the team. At least on defense, where Chase Young's going to be lining up. Dwayne Haskins, our QB. This might not be a team that makes the playoffs all that much. But Chase Young, 84 overall, Superstar X Factor. He has a lot of room to develop, a lot of room to grow, but he's off to a crazy hot start. I'd be shocked if he didn't get up to his jersey number at 99 overall. So go ahead and make sure he's in the correct specialist position as well. Rush left end. It's about where I would play him. And we'll just catch up with his stats or his attributes before we simulate 2021. 84 overall, 85 speed, 84 finesse moves. We're really going to be tracking finesse moves more than anything, as he is a speed rusher. So by default, that will be upgraded more than anything else. But finesse moves, I anticipate seeing that near a 99 overall at some point. But we will simulate through 2021, catch up with you guys, and see how Chase Young is doing. But before we do that, actually, I want to spend Coach XP and get D-line training boost. Got to get Chase Young upgraded as much as possible, as quickly as possible, of course. And I'll simulate to the playoffs, catch up with you guys there. Did not make the playoffs, but again, it's not about that. It's what did Chase Young do? 31st best offense with Marcus Mariota. Not good. 18th defense. What does that mean for Chase Young? Well, I don't see him for tackles, but what about for sacks? Led the team, although didn't do all that great, with 7.5 sacks. Had 14 tackles for loss on 62 tackles. I mean, he was all over the field. Allowed 2 catches somehow and forced a few fumbles. I think we're going to change to a 3-4. Just because those are a bit better for, well, actually, maybe I'll go Cleveland or something. But 86 finesse moves, 85 speed, tackling's up to 89. But as you can see, block shed has not gotten upgraded at all. Power moves, I don't think has gone up at all. Strength maybe has gone up. Pursuit's gone up. Aaron Donald had 22.5 sacks. My goodness. So I want to put him in a great position to succeed. So I am changing things around a little bit just to put him in an amazing position to succeed. He's an 86 overall. Now, as he's moved to left outside linebacker, I'm going to give him Fearmonger, and I'm going to give him Edge Threat as well. I think those are actually quite good. And Strip Specialist, too. I don't think that will end up mattering, but these are his new attributes at outside linebacker. But you got to remember, he will be still rushing the passer. That's what he's going to be doing. That's where he's making his money. Jalen Jelks is an interesting-looking fella. First time really seeing him in the NFL. But I think Chase Young should be very, very good in this role. I'm excited to see how it goes. He should be a monster. Now, he might not be. It's Madden Sim. Things are wild. And 3-4 defenses don't always work, but they've been working for me lately. And I'm hoping it's going to work today. So Chase Young did just get a random development upgrade point there. What should we even do? I'm going to do Run Stopper purely because I actually caught it at this point, and the CPU is only going to upgrade finesse moves anyway, so I do want to get his block shed a little bit higher. But if we check out his yearly awards, not a whole lot has changed right now. All he has is drafted with the second pick in the draft. That's great. But this could be his breakout season. His sacks almost doubled from year 1 to year 2. And check out a guy. You guys might be familiar with him. Khalil Mack, right? As a rookie, getting sacks wasn't the name of the game for Khalil Mack. Had only 4. Jumped to year 2, 15, then 11, 10.5, 12.5. And sacks weren't even the best part of his game either. Like, he was creating pressure. He was destroying double teams. He was one of the best run defenders of any edge rusher. That could be Chase Young. This could be his breakout season. We're going to simulate to the playoffs. Okay, this team went 12-4, and it's got to be because of the defense. 13th best offense. They got a random new quarterback. But the defense was 3rd best in the league, and I'm sure Chase Young went off. Defensively, he had 5.5 sacks. I mean, these are video game numbers. Jonathan Allen was crazy. Montez Sweat had a really good season. So what's the deal with Chase Young? Why is he not going off? 5.5 sacks just isn't it. 89 overall. He's up to 90 finesse moves, but just isn't putting up these crazy type numbers. Maybe I will go to a 4-3. I mean, Myles Garrett, yeah. Myles Garrett has insane numbers. I was trying to get like what Jadeveon Clowney has right here, TJ Watt, Lorenzo Carter. Like Lorenzo Carter should not have 11 sacks. It just shouldn't happen. Myles Garrett at 19 I get because he's 99 overall. He's unbelievable. I guess I'll end up changing to a 4-3. I mean, when I have him at defensive end, the outside linebacker gets more pressure. When I have him at outside linebacker, the defensive ends get more pressure. Just trying to figure out where he's going to be most effective. And it's a little bit difficult right now. We'll see if Washington football team can beat the Eagles in the wild card. They do, 31-24. What about the Cowboys, another division opponent? And no, they did not. But I'm going to try. I'm going to go back to 4-3. I'm going to run Cleveland. So Chase Young is back to right end here. 90 overall. He got run stuffer. No. He's going to get fearmonger. And once again, he's getting edge threat. And I don't even know what to do here. Like, let's do under pressure. Sure. Again, I don't know what any of those really do in simulation. I say that all the time. I don't think anyone really does. But Chase Young, bottom line, is a 90 overall in just his 4th season. Superstar X Factor, of course, helps out considerably with that. Right end, as also the rush left end. That is Myles Garrett with Cleveland, so hopefully Chase Young can do Myles Garrett type things and put up near 20 sacks. Will it happen? You know, probably not, but it could. It's possible that it happens. All right, 2023. Let's check out the rest of the defense because some additions may have been made. Terry McLaurin still a star. That's disgusting. And Chase Young got an upgrade point. Why? What did he do to get it? Nothing? Just got training and just happened to get boosted over? Well, I'll do maybe power rusher this time. Hopefully that gets block shed as well. His overall doesn't go up, but his power move should. +3. I think it's also important to try and make him a more balanced player. CPU will literally only upgrade finesse moves pretty much. And I want him to be a little bit more versatile than just being able to do a speed rush. As we'll simulate to the playoffs, he's at right end and rush left end. Again, exactly what Myles Garrett is. We're in Cleveland playbook, base 4-3 scheme. We should be seeing a lot of success here from Chase Young in season number 4. Washington football team goes 10-6, wins the division. 15th best offense, but what about defense? That's why we're here. 2nd best defense. There we go. Defensively, Chase Young puts out his best season of all time, 11.5 sacks, 20 tackles for loss. Also had 71 tackles as he is balling out, up to a 94 overall with morale. It's his 4th season. He's only 24 years old. He's got 95 finesse moves, 95 acceleration, so that's been boosted. Tackling's up to 93, pursuit at 91. Chase Young is trending towards unstoppable. First year of double-digit sacks, and I'm sure he's going to be in the conversation for best defensive lineman. I hope he gets votes for defensive player of the year, but I don't really see that happening. He is number 6. Happily wrong. Chase Young at number 6. What about for best D-line? Goes to Aaron Donald. Tough player to beat. Chase Young is, though, there at number 3. Legacy score is 579. It's going to be very, very tough to get much higher than that because he's got to win a bunch of awards, and it's tough to do. Aaron Donald exists. It's tough for defensive linemen to win Defensive Player of the Year in Madden. Beat the Seahawks in the wild card and are now in the conference championship after a 27-10 win over the Packers. Washington football team could be in the Super Bowl here, and they are against the Chargers. 10-6 football team against 8-8 LA Chargers. Montez Sweat is also becoming a monster as well. But I guess we'll go ahead and hop in here. 84 overall against 84 overall. Chase Young is the only superstar X-Factor player on this team, while the Chargers have at least 3. So even if Washington football team does win the Super Bowl here, which seems like it definitely could happen, we got a lead right now. It's going to be 14-3. Chase Young is not going to be on the podium because it's the middle linebacker, the best wide receiver, the best running back, and the quarterback every time on the podium. It literally will never be Chase Young. I think they should do it by overall. But yeah, this is going to be a Super Bowl team. 31-10. Let's get Chase Young out here. There he is, rush left end. Oh, he's around. Herbert throws a touchdown. It's going to be roughing the passer on Chase Young, maybe. Oopsie. Yep, I hop in for one play. Now Chase Young has a legacy as a dirty player. We're going to win the Super Bowl anyway. But yeah, that is a Washington football team Super Bowl. And you know what? That is certainly going to help Chase Young on the all-time legacy leaderboard as Washington football team established 1982 or 1932, excuse me. I don't know why I said 82. They've been around for way longer than that. But they've also only been around for 1 year. So think about that. Of course, not going to show the Super Bowl celebration. It's not about that. What did Chase Young do this game? Anything in particular? He had 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. Okay. Also a pass deflection. 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. Good for Chase Young. Already in the process of chasing down Willie McGinnis for the all-time playoff sack record. 2024. Here we go. Defense. Chase Young up to a 94 overall. The rest of the team is growing around him as well. 95 finesse moves. Power moves going up a little bit. I don't know if that was from me or what. But coming off his career best season in terms of solo tackles, combined tackles, tackles for loss, quarterback sacks. Chase Young was ballin'. We'll see what he can do in 2024. And he signed a 3-year extension. And it's a big one. Monster cap hit. It's going to be worth about $19 million a year, getting as high as $20.9 million. It's only a 3-year extension, which is pretty wild. He made the Pro Bowl last year, but it's pretty wild considering that he's a super young player with an amazing development trait, amazing overall. And it's like, will you bring you back for 3 years? You don't want to bring him back for 6? He's worth a monster contract, and they're just not going to give it to him. But we will see what happens here in 2024. 3-year deal for Chase Young. He's extended even more, and we'll see what happens this year. So the team went 8-8 and made the playoffs. 3 teams from the NFC East made the playoffs. 2 of them were 8-8. Wild. But how did Chase Young do? 26th best offense, so it seems like the defense must have carried this team. 12th best defense. How is the pressure? That's what I care about. Quarterback sacks, Chase Young put up 7. Wow. Amazing. 12 tackles for loss on 58 total tackles. Didn't force a fumble. Allowed 3 catches. Don't know why he'd be in position to do that. He's up to a 96 overall with 96 finesse moves. So let me ask you this, Chase. Why are you not going off? 7 sacks? It's just not good enough. Why? Do more. Not in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. What about best D-line? Jonathan Allen at 4. No Chase Young anywhere. I mean, not a lot of sacks to go around this year. 9.5 from Myles Garrett. Zadarius Smith had 14. Good from him, but yeah, just a down year for sacks across the board. So, I mean, Chase Young really wasn't even, like, bad, right? Obviously, he's not going to be bad. But he just didn't go off, wasn't amazing. Didn't make the Pro Bowl. I think that is revealed at the end of the season. But we'll see what this team can do in the playoffs with Chase Young. Beat the Cowboys. 1 win away from the conference championship, and they're back. 28-17. If they beat the Packers, it'll be another Super Bowl berth. Didn't do it. I will see you in 2025. Hey, Chase Young's up to a 97 overall. Love to see that. What did he do? Just get upgraded, but for what reason? Where are these points coming from? I don't know. Check out his ratings for the start of this season. 79 power moves, getting up into the 80s. Maybe he'll become more dominant when that reaches that 80 threshold. 97 finesse moves, though. I can't help but think that he'd be more dominant at outside linebacker. We'll do one more season of 4-3 defensive end, but I've seen some crazy numbers at 3-4 outside linebacker, specifically in 3-4 storm. I'm curious to go back to it. I want to see what it's going to do. We're going to simulate 2025. If Chase Young puts up 14, 15 sacks, I'll stick it out. But I have a feeling he's probably not going to do that. Team went 9-7. I feel like just being carried by the defense, but not even. Offense was pretty good. 7th best in the league. Defense was actually being carried by the offense a little bit in terms of yards. Defensively, I don't see Chase Young for tackles. Maybe that's a good thing. As he puts up 17.5 sacks. Feels like every time I say something, I'm wrong for a Madden Sim this video. 17.5 sacks. May have led the league. Chase Young, 98 finesse moves. All he needed was that 80 power move threshold. Made his 2nd Pro Bowl, and he is starting to heat up. He's 26 years old. 80 power moves, 99 tackle, 98 finesse moves, 96 acceleration, 90 strength, 94 pursuit. Chase Young is going crazy. Was that the league lead for sacks? It should be real close. Tell me it was up there. I mean, it had to be up there. Tell me he got it. Myles Garrett had 26.5. Absolutely shattered the season record. Previously, it was Michael Strahan at 22.5, where Brett Favre fell down and just gave it to him, even though Michael Strahan probably would have had it anyway. Myles Garrett destroyed it. They're not counting half sacks in this for some reason, because Michael Strahan had more in a season than Mark Gastineau. Gastineau had 22 flat, I believe. Michael Strahan had 22 and a half. Myles Garrett, 26 and a half. But he beat the record by 4 sacks. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. But he's in the AFC. Chase Young's in the NFC. All he needs to do is beat out Aaron Donald. Saw Josh Allen's name. All he needs to do is beat out Aaron Donald. Chase Young finishes behind Reuben Foster for Defensive Player of the Year. 6th. Aaron Donald wins it. It's going to be probably Donald 1. I think Chase Young 2 for best D-line. Yep, Aaron Donald 1, Chase Young 2. Donald's a 96 overall. He should be regressing. Chase Young is now at 7,000 legacy points. Let me go ahead and check out right end. Aaron Donald's up there. But Chase Young's trying to catch him. He's got a Super Bowl. Of course, has an NFC championship and 2 yearly awards. It's going to be very, 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 very tough to catch up to Aaron Donald at 18. But we're going to say it's not impossible. Can we beat the Packers? Nope. It is time for 2026. Okay, 2026 is officially here. And I'm going to stick in the 4-3. Chase Young officially hits 99 overall. At age 27, he is crushing it. Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good player. Progression history. I mean, he made his second Pro Bowl, but that was really it. He's up to 97 finesse moves, 97 acceleration, 99 tackle, 94 pursuit, 90 strength, 80 power moves. I need to see power moves and block shed start to go up. But he's a 99 overall speed rusher, which means power rusher is going to start to get upgraded. Run stopper will start to get upgraded. It's time for Chase Young to take his game to the next level even more. At 17 and a half sacks, and I think he can do even more. The team, for the first time in a while, did not actually make the playoffs. Football team finished 7-9, and it looks like the offense took a step back, although Nathan Young, the QB, was pretty damn good. 10th best offense in terms of preventing yards. And then defensively, don't see Chase Young. I think it's a good sign. Not even double-digit sacks. 16 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks. So double-digit tackles for loss, 51 tackles in general. Did not make the Pro Bowl, but power moves is getting upgraded a bit. It's tougher for him to get XP now because he's such a high overall. He's 28. Really, really good player. And what is his contract looking like? He has 4 years remaining, so he signed a monster contract extension. This one is worth over $20 million per year. Gets as much as $23.4 million in 2030. So, of course, Chase Young is under contract for the next few seasons. Yearly awards, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs wins MVP? A running back wins MVP in this Madden? Wild. NFC, Russell Wilson's on the Eagles? What is going on right now? Defensive Player of the Year, Fred Warner. Kendall Fuller at 9. Best D-line is Nick Bosa. Chase Young at number 7. 2027, of course, Chase Young has 4 years remaining on a monster $107 million contract, including a signing bonus at almost $50 million. The team isn't exceptional, but it's not about the team. It's about Chase Young. 99 overall right end. Again, I'm considering moving to a 3-4 just to get in that 3-4 storm to get him exploding after the QB. And maybe I'll even do that. I am curious, but we'll stick in a 4-3 for now. It's tough to make up my mind because I don't want to be unsuccessful on the switch, and sometimes it takes a year or two. As you see, we went from 17.5 sacks in a 4-3 to 8.5. I mean, it bounces around quite a bit. We'll see what happens this year. Hoping for double-digit sacks. That's kind of the goal every single year. Made the playoffs at 10-6. Giants won the division at 13-3, and the Cowboys went 13-3 as well. See, I'm curious what the Giants did in terms of sacks, because sometimes their defense is just amazing, and I want that. Leighton Vander Esch had 5 sacks from middle linebacker. Carl Lawson's on the Giants. That'd be cool. But for football team, Chase Young goes off, and so does the rest of the defense. What? Joe Cole had 7 sacks at a right end. I don't know how he's playing. He's a rush D tackle. That's got to be it. 15 sacks from Jonathan Allen. 15 and a half for Montez Sweat. And Chase Young had a wild year. 19 and a half sacks, 14 tackles for loss, and 62 total tackles. Allowed a catch, didn't force a fumble. Defensive ends need to force more fumbles in Sim. Sim's stats are still really bad. He's 28, and he's unreal. 99 finesse moves, 86 power moves, 99 tackle, 97 acceleration, still 85 speed, strength at 92, pursuit 96. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's earned the captain shield, for sure. For sure has earned the captain shield. Made his 3rd Pro Bowl, and very well could have won Defensive Player of the Year with 19 and a half sacks. The question is, did he? As the Giants seem to be killing it. Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Hudson. Chase Young finishes at 2. Oh, that's devastating. Best D-line does go to Chase Young, though. Love to see that. Did he lead the NFL in sacks? That is something I'm quite curious about. NFL defense, most sacks. Chase Young led the NFL in sacks with 19 and a half. Just going absolutely crazy. Gotta love it from Chase Young. TJ Watt had 18 and a half. That's why these 3-4 playbooks can be pretty good at times. But I think we got a good thing going in the 4-3. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to even think about changing it anymore. I'm comfortable with where we are. Lions in the wild card. Lions football team. What a killer matchup. And the Lions knock us out as we simulate to 2028. 2028, Chase Young has 3 years remaining on his monster contract. Of course, he is a 99 overall, but 29 years old. Will not start to regress just yet, but in a year or two he might. Get to XP for NFL sacks leader, but not enough. And also for defensive lineman of the year. But again, not enough. It should be way more XP in my opinion. I think it should basically fill out 1. If you win those awards, I think you should get 1 skill point, not a number of XP to get skill points. I kind of hate the XP system in the game. Maybe I'll make a video about how I think it should be done, and you guys can disagree or agree. But I feel like I play more franchise than anybody doing all these videos. But we will check out the legacy leaderboard before popping into 2028. So I want to take a quick check, see where we are with Chase Young. So we can only sort by position here. Right end, he is top 5 all-time in legacy points for a right end. Has a Super Bowl, NFC Championship, and 4 yearly awards. Myles Garrett has surpassed Aaron Donald, though. That is insane. Really, really cool to see. Just players balling out, having a good time. And I think for career stats, Chase Young's probably real close to 50 sacks all time. He's actually way, way past that. Yeah, I mean, he would have had that in like 4 seasons. He's 30 now. I got to remember that. But Montez Sweat has more. He has been around another year, so I guess that's to be expected. But Chase Young is killing it. 81 and a half sacks all time. Now, that's not actually close at all to the all-time record for sacks. Bruce Smith has 200, but it's like not even remotely close to the top 10. Could Chase Young enter the top 10 all time? I think it is possible. But he's going to need to get going. He needs another 20 sack year. Or a 20 sack year. He had, 19 and a half last year? Not quite there. 12-4 for football team. Won the division very safely. 16th best offense, which means the defense should have gone insane. Second best defense in the league. Tell me Chase Young had a season. Quarterback sacks, 18. That's what I'm talking about. 6 tackles for loss only. 53 tackles. I guess he's just like run defending, whatever. Who cares? I'm purely hunting QBs. 89 power moves he's up to. 99 finesse moves. 85 speed. 97 acceleration. 99 tackling. 84 block shed. 92 strength. 97 pursuit. Yeah, Chase Young is wildly good at football, clearly. It's a good thing because he plays for a football team. Doesn't lead the NFL in sacks. Myles Garrett is 24. Where is Chase Young? He's just not on the list. Well, I guess he would have been second. Myles Garrett had 24, which is pretty ridiculous. Yearly awards, Kyler Murray wins MVP. But NFC Defensive Player of the Year, Nick Bosa. Chase Young is not even in there? Best D-line, Nick Bosa. Chase Young at 3. That is so stupid. I think something glitched out this year because, I mean, that is ridiculous. Chase Young is half a sack away from 100 on his career. Crushing it. Do they have playoff stats to save? I don't think so. I mean, it'd be nice if they had playoff statistics anywhere in here. For defensive sacks, Chase Young needs to get into the 20s in order to get on this list. Myles Garrett has the record broken twice, 26 and 25, and then 24 and 2028. Myles Garrett is crushing it. And then Chase Young's playing amazingly, but it's not like he's the best edge rusher in the league because Myles Garrett is so unbelievable. This team is in the conference championship, though. This could be another Super Bowl appearance for Washington football team. And it is. Washington football team against the 11-5 Chiefs in Arizona. We're going to jump in. Team signed Dre Greenlaw. Pretty good linebacker. Pretty close game so far. We got a 14-point lead, but the Chiefs have been right in it. And I think it's just too little too late for them as this defense is balling out. 27-10 is your final as Washington football team has won a Super Bowl, beating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That is incredible for this team. Super Bowl champions again. Second Super Bowl win for Chase Young and Washington football team. They're dominating. Quarterback was player of the game. I was hoping maybe Chase Young would get it. I don't know what his numbers were, but I assume he played pretty well. Had 2 sacks again in the Super Bowl. Big game Chase. He is a beast. To every Super Bowl he's played in, he's had more than 1 sack. So, should be really good for his legacy because a Super Bowl win, I think, does a lot for that. Let's check it out for right end. That's going to be how he catches Aaron Donald, is winning Super Bowls. Got up a little bit to 9,500. And I think they changed Justin Houston to right end. He's made the Hall of Fame, so he's above Chase Young. 6 yearly awards to Chase Young's 4. Young needs a really, really good year. I mean, there's no shot he catches Aaron Donald, let's be real. He needs like 4 Defensive Player of the Years, which I guess could happen, but I find it to be pretty unlikely. 2029, Chase Young has 2 years remaining on his deal. He's 30 years old, still shouldn't be regressing at all. 1 Defensive Player of the Week for the Super Bowl, so good for him. 1 Defensive Player of the Week in the conference championship as well. What a beast. Had a sack in the divisional. Like, I wish I could see his playoff numbers all time because they have to be insane. And over the past 4 years, he's putting up just ridiculous sack numbers. Got off to a little bit of a slow start for his career, and then has just taken off over the last 4 years. He's been unblockable. 2027 best defensive lineman, has led the league in sacks once. Pro Bowl 3 times, which is so interesting because if you look at his career stats by year, I mean, he could have made it some of these other years too, but I don't know. And yeah, I mean, we'll catch up with Chase Young here. He's a 99 overall. You know the attributes at this point for the most part. Power moves is up to 87. Finesse moves is as high as it can be. I don't think it's possible to get higher than 97, but it will play up to a 99 overall when his morale gets boosted. I mean, I'm expecting a crazy year this year. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be like 8.5 sacks. It's like I tried my best. Be better. Playoff time. Team made the playoffs. Snuck in at 9-7. Oh, Chase Young wants to say something. What do you want to say? You spoke to Jonathan earlier, and he's not coming back? Why? All right, we got a morale boost for the defense. Is Jonathan Allen going to be like, I'm not coming back? Oh, no. He's like, I'm retiring. Don't retire, Jonathan. What a beast he was for Alabama. But it looks like his career is going to be about over. Need to go out on top. How old is he? 32? 34 at this point. Okay. It's 2029. What did Chase Young do? 8th best offense means the defense probably wasn't anything special. And by that, I mean the best defense in the league. How is our record so bad then? Defensively, Dre Greenlaw had 5 sacks. Chase Young put up 16. A sack for every game he played in. 13 tackles for loss to go with 59 total tackles. Allowed 3 catches. Again, stop putting him in coverage. That's not his game. He's up to 91 power moves. Again, finesse moves is trending towards a 99 with morale. 84 block shed, 99 tackle, 97 pursuit. Where was he in relation to the rest of the NFL? Yeah, shocker that Myles Garrett's up there. Had 17 and a half sacks. So, did really well. Why is Chase Young not in there? Is he not going to get any Defensive Player of the Year votes again because of that? He's just glitched out? Nope, in there at number 5. Best D-line, Isaiah Aldridge. Chase Young at 2. He's just getting snubbed every year, man. It's terrible. He's finishing, like, top 5 every time as we lost. Oh, no. But he just can't win it. Oh, come on, Chase. No, Chase, don't be saying these things. Coach, I promise you, man, I did everything I could. I'm sorry we couldn't make it happen this year. When everything calms down, I'm going to reach out to Jonathan. I owe him an apology. You don't owe him anything, Chase. You did your best. A player of his caliber was not supposed to go out like this. It's upsetting, man. All of it. -5 morale for the entire defense. Yeah, well, can't win them all, especially when you play a powerhouse like the Giants. Chase Young going into the final year of his contract. He's 31. I think he's at that age of regression for Superstar X Factor. I think Chase Young's going to regress a little bit now, which is pretty devastating. I'd like to see his power moves get higher, but I don't think it's going to happen. 2030, Chase Young is moving to left end, I suppose. He is 31. Did he regress? No. Oh, he's got another year. He had a sack in the wild card as well. His playoff numbers all time are going to be nuts. 89 power moves. That should go up. He should, develop a little bit more this year. Still our rush left end, but also seems to be our regular left end. Maybe that will impact his numbers. Have to see how he plays in 2030. Final year of his deal. Playing for another contract. He's going to get one. But will it be with Washington football team or somewhere else? Big season for the boys. First round bye at 12-4. 30th best offense and went 12-4. Show me number 1 defense. 17th. Huh? Okay. Where were we defensively? Sacks. Chase Young in the record books. 22 sacks. He's finally in the top 10 for sacks in a season. He went crazy. Up to over 90 power moves. I'm sure that helped out a little bit. He was going off. Made his 5th Pro Bowl. Which is, it's a Pro Bowl every other year by his averages. He just, had an amazing second half to his career. It took a little bit to get going, but once he got going, he was unstoppable. And he's still going. NFC Defensive Player of the Year is not Chase Young. He's snubbed again. Finishes at 2nd. No. Best D-line. Chase Young wins that at least. How is he being consistently snubbed for these awards? It's devastating. Have the Cowboys in the divisional, and they win. Can they beat the Panthers to advance to the Super Bowl? No. Titans-Panthers is your Super Bowl. And Chase Young, of course, is a free agent. I'm going to simulate to the re-sign period and see what the team wants to do with him. So did they re-sign him? He's still there. 3-year extension. And it's worth over $20 million per year through 2033. $40 million signing bonus. Just under $90 million over those years. And he has started to regress. Finesse moves going down. Pursuit going down. NFL sacks leader, though. And Defensive Lineman of the Year again. But he has reached the peak. He will never be as good as he was. Even though this stretch is as crazy as you'll ever see for a defensive lineman. I guess not named Myles Garrett in this game. For awards, 2030 best lineman. Led the league in sacks again. Talked about it. Has made the Pro Bowl 5 times. He's won NFC Defensive Player of the Week, I guess, twice this past season, right? but also multiple times all time, especially in the playoffs. Seems to do it every single time. But he has signed another contract extension to stay in Washington, D.C. area. We'll see what 2031 has in store. All right, Chase Young, 32 years old now. Just saw his numbers, but this is how it looks without morale. 95 finesse moves, 91 power moves. Still really, really good. Just, we saw his peak. He's never going to be better than that. He'll get up, like, somewhat close, but the regression just kind of stings a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how much he can actually improve, as I think I'm going to go into Coach XP and get the, like, defensive line retirement influence just so he stays around a little bit longer. So I think that's going to be a good thing to have. And we'll see what happens in 2031. He's been putting up crazy numbers. Is he still capable of that deep into his career here in 2031? I think yes. This could be another 20-sack season. Not make the playoffs in 2031. Finished 5-11. Oh my goodness. Looks like the defense took a monster step back. 17th best. Where are we defensively? I'm worried about it. I mean, Chase Young doesn't care. 20 tackles for loss. 16 and a half sacks, had 60 tackles in totality. And he actually led the league in sacks at 16 and a half. Yearly awards. Did he win Defensive Player of the Year? That's going to be a big question. And he did. Finally, Chase Young gets Defensive Player of the Year. About time. Best D-line, Chase Young. There we go. Love to see that. Missed out on the playoffs, but Chase Young is still going crazier than ever as we simulate to 2032. 2032, just a quick refresher on Chase Young's contract. 2 years remaining. He is down to a 95 overall now that he's 33 years old. 91 power moves, 92 finesse moves. Does kind of suck, but he also, as you can see, NFL sacks leader, defensive lineman of the year, defensive player of the year, and made his 6th Pro Bowl. So Chase Young is evolving into being one of the best players in NFL history, regardless of what side of the ball he plays on. Checking out career stats, check this out. Look at this. Chase Young, 154 total sacks. 151 tackles for loss. Chase Young is going wild. Check out NFL records for sacks in a season. Chase Young does make the list at the very bottom, tied with guys like Aaron Donald, who multiple times in Sim got 22 or more. Myles Garrett in 2020. Myles Garrett in 2028. Myles Garrett in 2025. For career sacks, though, that's where things get real interesting, as Chase Young is on the list all time, has passed Joey Bosa, Von Miller, Chris Dolman, is gaining on Julius Peppers, Kevin Green. Will he be able to catch Aaron Donald? That is going to be a really, really tough one, but it is possible with a big year this year. Reggie White's going to be near impossible. But it just depends on how long Chase Young wants to play. It's 2032. He's getting super old. How long is he really going to play? He's still amazing, but guys can retire early all the time, even if they're still a good overall. So we might be looking at one of Chase Young's final seasons, if not the final season. I'm simulating to the playoffs. Show me you still got a lot left in the tank, Chase. Didn't make the playoffs in 2032, finishing at 7-9. 23rd best offense in terms of yards, and 5th best defense. Hopefully that was led by Chase Young, as I'm sure it was. He had another amazing season. 17 tackles for loss, but 81 total tackles. Is that a career high? It might be. Yeah, I mean, he only had 70 tackles or more once at 71 tackles. And this year, he just gets 81? I mean, he's evolving a ton as a run defender, it appears. 17 tackles for loss, but also 19 sacks. As Chase Young is clearly just built different. No forced fumbles, allowed 4 catches, 2 deflections, and led the league again in sacks. And it seems like the Rams have had no problem replacing Aaron Donald, as they have this monster in Dwight Odom. Put up 18 sacks with 82 power moves. Okay. Yearly awards, Joe Burrow with the Bills wins MVP. My goodness. Oh, there's Gene. Gotta love Gene Hicks. We've seen him before. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Tyler Rushing. Defensive Player of the Year is Chase Young again. Let's go. Best D lineman, Chase Young. He will have a strong case. He's climbing up the record books after Myles Garrett retired, after Aaron Donald retired, but Myles Garrett has 27 yearly awards and 43,000 legacy score. Chase Young's up over 23,000, and that will jump even higher at the end of this year as those numbers register. But yikes. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be so impossible to catch some of those guys, but he's making a really, really strong effort. Tell me he didn't retire. Some big players retired. Justin Jefferson in the same draft class. C.J. Henderson, same draft class. Juju's gone after 16 years. But I do not see Chase Young anywhere. DK's gone. Brian Burns is gone. But Chase Young is still hanging around. He's still dominating. Why hang up the cleats? He's down to a 93 overall in the final year of his deal. 34 years old. 90 power moves, 91 finesse moves, but he's still playing so well. He should have one more year left in him. Who's this defensive tackle? Dominic Smith. Not to be confused with Dominic Smith, the baseball player, although they look pretty similar in terms of weight. Dom Smith really isn't fat. Or that big of a boy. But this guy is 6'4", 310. Hopefully holds up blocks so Chase Young can get in there. 89 power moves, 90 finesse moves. Yikes. I don't know if I like that for getting after the QB anymore. Wins Defensive Player of the Year, though. Did he not win D Lineman of the Year? They'd take that off? Made his 7th Pro Bowl, though. Clearly going crazy. Let's check out the legacy leaderboard again. For right end, Chase Young, 24,500. 13 yearly awards, and we will simulate to the playoffs. If Chase Young puts up 15-plus sacks again, I mean, he might go down as the best defensive lineman to ever do it. Didn't have the Defensive Player of the Year awards like Aaron Donald or probably Myles Garrett, but he's going to be super, super high up in terms of all-time sacks. Myles Garrett, I would expect, is the leader at this point. Did we make the playoffs? No. Finished at 6-10. Not even going to check out where we ranked. Just want to see Chase Young. How many sacks? 13.5. So he is slowing down a lot. He's 35. Still a great year. Still a really, really good year from him. He's still going off as a 35-year-old. I mean, you really can't hate on that. Career stats, Chase Young has 186.5 all-time sacks. If you refer to the NFL records list for all-time sacks, Myles Garrett is the new all-time leader with an unbreakable, uncatchable record of 241. But Chase Young's close. 186 all-time. If he beats Bruce Smith, that would be something special. So you almost think there's no way Chase Young doesn't retire here. It'd be really unfortunate, but I think he's almost certainly gone. As Chase Young, still listed on Washington football team, 14 yearly awards. Did he sign a contract extension? He's definitely going to retire. I mean, he had to have, right? I don't see him. NFC East. Let's go to football team. Chase Young retires after 14 seasons. What an amazing career for Chase Young. Certain Hall of Famer. And you know what? Well-deserved. Well-deserved. I want to see top stories. Do we have Chase Young made the Hall of Fame? Joe Burrow has retired. They're not talking about Chase Young? I mean, he finished his career with 186 sacks. Is that just meaning nothing to you? How is that? Yeah, defensive sacks. There he is, 186. Just crushed it. For yearly awards, I don't think we saw this. Defensive Player of the Year, Alex Fisk. Chase Young didn't get any votes. Or he retired, so he isn't popping up. I think that's more likely what happened. But what a career. Chase Young was awesome. One of the best players to ever do it. 25,000 legacy score, 2 Super Bowls, 2 championships, 14 yearly awards, including multiple Defensive Player of the Years. He was awesome. And I think he could still play. But, of course, he's retired now. I mean, it's almost like he isn't, that we can still, like, see all this. Stats and contracts one more time. But, yeah, I mean, he retired. But 8-time Pro Bowler. Led the league in sacks 4 times. Best defensive lineman in 2031, 2030, 2032, 2027. Multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Chase Young was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, by the way, in case you were curious. Hall of Famer, Chase Young, legend. Chase Young was amazing. But that is going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. These are a lot of fun to do. Hope you guys are enjoying them as much as I am. And I suppose nothing else to do but see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.